Anthony, I have your decoding, encoding program here, and well, you went to a lot of work, and you did have it convert characters to ASCII, and you had it convert from ASCII back to characters. But you did a lot of extra work. Let me give you some tips on just how this would work so much easier. So looking at your program, you typed each letter individually, Pete, and had it do the ASCII. When I run it, say here this, but you know, that's not the exact same thing that you decoded, because these are different characters. Look, this is 80, 105, 122. This is 112, 105, 122. I have 122, 97, 32, 122, 97, 105. You don't have any spaces. You have spaces put in this. You don't have any spaces put in this original ASCII. And the difference here between the 80 and the 112 is you have a capital P for the 80. This is a lowercase p. So this isn't exactly the same message, but it does what, it does encode and decode. Just if you decoded what you encoded, you'd have Pizza's Awesome, all as one word and a small letter P. But I want to go back and look at this with what the lesson gave us as a sample program. So looking at page 5 of the lesson, it did it like this, and we can kind of steal some of this to borrow, to show a different way to do it without all the extra work you went to. So if I want to encode something, I'm going to go right up here to line 6 and just paste this in. Space that over. So if I just said right here, pizza is awesome, I'm going to put an exclamation point at the end. And I said, here's my message. Okay. And I'm going to create an empty list right here. This is a list. And then 4M in message. So this is the message. So this loop is going to go however many characters it finds in the message. So that's how long this is. And it's going to take the list and add to the list the ASCII character of each letter one by one. So I'm gonna take out this right here. All your individual print statements. Taking those out. Okay, so now I've just typed Pizza's Awesome, create an empty list. I told it to go through each one by one and create it to ASCII and add it to this list. So then I can just print code message, the ASCII list that I created. So when I do that, look what this does. Oh, I didn't indent things properly. There we go.
Use the arrow at the top left.
The right amount. Okay, there it is. 80, 105, 122, 122, which is the same thing here. 80, 105, 122, 122, 97, 32. But I just had one thing. I just typed it, and I can change the message real easy. With yours, if you wanted to change your message, you'd have to change a line of code for every single letter, because you had all these as individual print statements. So just showing you a way to make that so much simpler, to where I could type a big long message right here, and all I can do is just type this one line, put a really long message, and it would automatically just make a list and print it, all the characters. And the other direction, the same thing right here. You're printing everyone individually, but you had to look up each of those and type all those in individually. Back in our lesson, if we go back to slide 3 right before it, it has the message in a list, which we've already created. So I can just copy this part. I'm just going to copy these 4 lines, and I'm going to take out your line, and I'm going to put this in instead. So this creates a new message that's empty. And 4M in, now what did we call our list? We call our list code message. So I'm going to do this as code message. So it's going to go through my ASCII list, 80, 105, 122, 122. It's going to go through that whole list, and it's going to convert each character back as a letter and save it in new message. And then we're just going to print whatever the new message says. There's the ASCII list. There is, with the exclamation point at the end, which supposed to be 33, I guess. There is the decoded. So encoded, decoded. And this was a lot simpler, not having to look up every one character one by one and type the ASCII letters. And I could change this real easy, make it something really
And
long.
why you compare it more than
let's
just
see.
size and why you compare
My
it
girl-
to just something.
So I start over here. Look who it is. There. All right. So now if I run this program, look how long the ASCII is, because I typed all of these letters up here. If I want to clean this up a little bit, I guess before I print this, I could print a blank line, print just empty line. That'll separate a little bit. See, so then when I run it, there's a space that makes it a little easier to read. But I typed a really long one. In the method you were doing it, I would have to type a whole lot of print statements to do all of that. Where this just automatically goes through them one by one, puts them in my list, and prints the list. So there's all of the ASCII characters. And then when I went the other direction, same thing. It went through my ASCII list. It went through code message and converted each one by one back into letters. And then I just printed whatever the message. So I saved it as a new message and it just prints it right there. So just want to, I mean, yours worked. It's fine. I'll give you credit for that, but I'm just showing you a better way to help your programming skills to use that loop and let Python do all the work. You don't have to look up all those characters yourself and do all the one by one. So, all right, man, I'll get this to you. We'll see you in class.